Today, China produces more scientists than any other country. And they're among the best on the planet. Leading their fields in medicine, robotics, radio astronomy, high-energy physics, quantum computing, and cosmology. From reinventing food production, helping to feed almost 8 billion of us, to tackling the diseases of old age, and building a more sustainable society, China is showing us the way. And from deep sea to deep space, they are at the vanguard of human exploration. Their work is not only shaping the future of China, but the future for all of us. And the stories of their scientists are our stories too. Welcome to a new age of Eastern science.
Let's turn over. Rolling.
Science is the driving force that's changed society the most in the last few centuries. Many of these advances have come from pure science research, done simply in the pursuit of knowledge, without applications in mind. It takes a wealthy society to embark upon such research, and today, China is just such a country. This is the story of 3 Chinese scientists who've devoted their lives to looking deep into the cosmos, the ocean, and the atom.
I think every piece of knowledge is useful. It's just like a building. You have a lot of bricks. You cannot say which brick is important. So we are just trying to contribute to add one more brick for the building. My name is Yifan Wang. I'm an explorer of atoms. If you think about the whole history of the science is actually going deeper to the structure of matter. So we managed to understand the atoms, we managed to understand nuclei, and now we're trying to look at the elementary particles. So it's a step by step. The elementary particle physics world is actually made of 12 particles we call the fermions. And these 12 particles actually made up our whole material world. Among these 12 particles, we have 3 neutrinos. These neutrinos are the lightest elementary particles and actually played extremely important roles because all the heavier particles in the end can decay into the lighter neutrinos. So neutrinos are the most abundant type of particles in the world. Neutrinos are around us everywhere. I mean, the sun is a neutrino source, the earth is a neutrino source, and even human beings are a neutrino source. They are around us everywhere in the universe. In every cubic centimeter, there are 300 neutrinos. So it's huge. But neutrinos have very little mass, so neutrinos going through the Earth can easily pass without any interactions. So it's very hard to detect them.
Yifang's first neutrino detector, built in China, at a place called Daya Bay, allowed him to measure an important property of the neutrinos coming from a nearby nuclear power station. It captured headlines around the globe and put China on the world stage of high-energy physics.
To be honest, this was the first major discovery I ever had in my life, so of course it's very, very exciting. During the process of the Daya Bay experiment, we realized that you can actually measure another very important physics parameter to understand which neutrino is heavier.
Yifang's new detector designed to measure the elusive mass of neutrinos, is under construction deep underground in southern China. It's known as the Jiangmen Underground Neutrino Observatory, or JUNO for short. And it will eventually be the largest, most sensitive neutrino detector ever built.
You have to design your detector with sufficient shielding so that background neutrinos are not coming into your detector. You have to have something like 400 meters of rock above your detector to shield cosmic rays. So we need to dig a sloped tunnel going down because we need a huge underground cavern. The diameter is one of the largest in the world. It's 50 meters. And then in the cavern, we build our neutrino detectors. Underground laboratory is very difficult because we had to control the water out from the rock in a very, very careful way. And secondly, going deep underground, the rock temperature increases. Indeed, at our experimental site, the rock temperature is 30 degrees. So this requires a lot of ventilation and heat removal, and this, of course, is another huge difficulty.
Working down here in these conditions for up to 12 hours at a time puts a great stress on the construction team. Already 4 years into the excavation, the hardest part of JUNO is yet to come. Building the instrument that will detect and weigh the elusive neutrinos.
In addition to the civil construction, the detector itself is unprecedented. In JUNO, this is a factor of 1,000 larger than our diabetic detector. This is the largest ever built in the world. So we have to worry a lot of things which we never thought of. For example, whether it is safe during the earthquake. And all of this, actually, nobody knows how to calculate. So we had to figure out from the first principle and calculate all these effects and come up with a design. And we believe it's feasible. Of course, difficult, but the jump, we believe, is achievable. These neutrinos are just one subfield of science. But there's no doubt that we should pursue this kind of pure science-related knowledge, maybe to help our world.
China's quest for new knowledge spans the planet, from the deep underground exploration of subatomic matter to Earth's deepest oceans.
As a scientist, you want to know nature, know the world, know the universe. My name is Wei Chen Cui, and I'm the explorer of oceans. "对那个海洋科学家来说，现在我们对地球，尤其是海底的那个底面的这种了解太少了。我们现在人类对海底的了解，跟那个月球表面，甚至跟火星表面，我们甚至都不如。为什么那么不了解？因为我们没有很好的装备。我们现在要研制的这个彩虹仪的载人潜水机，目的是为了帮助科学家反复的下去，反复的勘探，让他们去做海洋科学的研究，让他们来开展这样的工作。 海底的地形地貌的数据做到现在给出来的狗狗的地图一样那个清晰的。
Their new submarine, Rainbow Fish, is still being prototyped, but Wei Cheng is confident it can be built. As one of the designers of China's first deep-sea submarine, Xiaolong, and one of its crew, he's familiar with the challenges of the deep.
我自己很早就对这个生死的概念已经是想得很清楚了，所以就是在我的心里边，从来没有任何地方就是有那种害怕、恐惧的心理。我们现在下去的过程中，对吧？海水里边就像雪花一样，从你窗户面前飘过，跟在晚上看到繁星点点这样的这个感觉，实际上很相像的。然后我们特别要关注的，有什么异常的响声。如果说我听到左前方有个什么声音，那这一次估计有个什么设备可能坏掉了，或者压碎了、压坏了，或者是什么注意。
这是蛟龙呼叫，蛟龙呼叫。我们现在已经到达了马里亚纳海沟海底。
The maximum pressure there is 11 tons per square centimeter. So the pressure at the main cabin is very high. 7000米，我们大概花了3个半小时。一般都要到潜水机接近海底以后，我们才开始把灯打开。总体上来说还是比较荒凉的，生物还是比较少。自己下去那一次，我们是航行，还没有看到那个鱼啊什么。因为我们的那个坡度是这样，就是越往前越往深的走，它是下坡，这样下坡呢就是看得很清楚。后来我们掉头往回开的时候啊，它是上坡，驾驶员没有经验。他自己就是跟着感觉开，可是你这个那个推力器一转的时候，把海底里边的这个淤泥啊就积浑了，浑了以后就看不见了，看不见了，凭着感觉开，突然潜水机不动了，然后驾驶员当时蛮紧张的，知道我们的潜水器可能就是手部插在那个底里边被夹住了，然后他就把推力器换成功往上拔。先换成一个那个小档，结果潜水艇还是不动，卡得死死的，所以当时就是还是蛮紧张的。哎，开到最大档的时候，潜水器稍微一点点往上动了。实际上后来因为发生这个小的事情，我们就说提前回来了。蛟龙号里边想要改进的，在我彩虹项目里怎么进行改进，把这些经验教训都把它那个吸收过来。可是深渊海沟从6000米到11000米，蛟龙号只能到7000米。以后我们真正要用的这个科学研究，最大的深度要到11000米。所以我的这个彩虹1挑战深渊极限项目的主要的目标。就是研制出无人潜水机、着陆器、载人潜水机能够在所有的海洋里边能工作。I dived to 7,000 meters. I wanted to be the few people to reach the 11,000 meters. And there are many other oceans, deepest point human beings have never been there. Which I really want to explore myself.
Exploration is in our DNA. It's what makes us all human. A universal curiosity, always pushing us to look further, to see more than we have ever seen before. And from deep sea to deep space, Chinese science is making new discoveries.
We live in this wonderful, rich, and active universe. And as an observer, we want to know more. Our job is to explore the universe, try to find the known unknowns and unknown unknowns. I'm Li. I'm an explorer of radio waves from the cosmos. Radio astronomy is just this wonderful playground. Because if we look up in the sky, we see the Milky Way, we see the sun, we see many, many stars. On the other hand, most of the cosmic material exists in this so-called dark state, invisible to human eyes. But they emit low-frequency radio waves. We just need the proper eyes or ears to listen to them. And the radio telescope is the instrument to try to catch that low-frequency wave that gives us information of those dark material. This low-frequency radio wave has a wavelength of 21 centimeter. That's roughly the size of a watermelon. But we also know that the universe is expanding, and while it's expanding, that radio wave will be stretched. It will become only 21 centimeter, it will become 30 centimeter, and all the way go to meters and multiple of meters. So as the wavelengths become bigger and bigger, we'll need larger and larger antennas to collect those waves so we can look into more distant universe. That's when radio astronomers worldwide start to come up with this concept for the next big radio telescope. That is like a quantum leap from anything we have now. So as part of that concept, Dr. Ren Dongnan and his colleagues proposed that we can build our giant dish called FAST. Dr. Ren Dongnan really drive this project from the very beginning. And he will spend basically the later half of his whole life and career of bring this into fruition. You need an area that is rich of natural depressions. Otherwise, you have to really blow a lot of holes, and that cost can rival the full cost of building a telescope. So then a couple of candidate sites was selected in this area and finally settled on this site. It's really remote. My first time here is in 2007. I came on a trip with Dr. Nan, actually. Many things in FAST has not happened before, so I can certainly feel his pressure. One of the key challenge is the panels. We have 4,500 panels. But they actually made of about 100 smaller panels, about 1 meter triangle. And they are reassembled on site. And they have to be screwed on precisely and pointed to a point in the sky. So my main concern is to carry out this major surveys. One is aiming for thousands of new pulsars. A radio pulsar is a fast-spinning so-called neutron star, characterized by its amazing properties. For example, its very large density, 1 billion tons per cubic centimeter, and very high magnetic field. And it's made up of superconducting superfluid. So it's certainly unlike anything that we found on Earth. And discovery of pulsar and the study of them bring to light the fact that such sort of unimaginable material actually exists. So we finished construction toward the end of September of 2016. And afterwards, it's really the nerve-wracking period. Because we push return and wait for the screen to update. see this short pulse, very bright, that come from distant cosmos. So we know the full system work. After that, we try to find much weaker signals to expand our knowledge and discovery of new pulsars. We got some better data, and we actually see new pulsars. I was really happy, so I sent this message to Dr. Nan. We have this confirmed discovery. I didn't get a reply because he passed away a few days after that. I still hope that he was aware, and I know that deep down in his heart he has confidence in FAST and in his whole life's work. We are poised to double the number of pulsars known, and that's largely thanks to the great sensitivity that this large antenna has given us. We can go much deeper than other telescopes. We have expanded the capability of radio astronomy, and we already start to produce science discoveries. At the end of the day, I just feel lucky and really fortunate that now we can actually measure something that no human being before has measured.
Next time on Future Fantastic, the giant leaps that Chinese technology is making, which promise to change our lives in dramatic ways. From the AI machines already assisting doctors, to the workerless factory, and the team racing to build the world's first quantum computer, with the potential to be 1,000,000 times more powerful than every other computer on the planet.
Follow me now, there is somewhere I want to go. You know me well, and that is how it is, it is, it is. You don't know how this came to be.